Hi, welcome to part 3 of this little series I put together on standards of beauty and my addiction to external approval or reassurance or validation. As I've been on my natural hair journey, all this stuff has been swirling around in my head and coming up for, I guess, wanting my attention, all these feelings of inadequacy and unworthiness, and it's all been kind of it's manifesting all in kind of focusing on my appearance. So obviously these are deeper issues and they just are showing up in a fixation on appearance, but I think there are obviously much deeper issues than that around self-worth and I guess probably feeling okay or acceptable or lovable. So, but since it's all focused on appearance, that's okay. We just work with, I'm trying to meet myself where I am. But in part 3, I want to talk about a dynamic that I've become aware of and that I think will be therapeutic for me to talk about, and I hope it is for you too, to maybe have a conversation about this. And that is this question of why. Well, an observation I made, and then I'm kind of trying to understand it better. And the observation I made was that, and I don't want to just say as women, because I think maybe men do this too. If you're a man watching and you have an opinion, please let me know. But I'll just say people. I wonder, was observing that people often cannot feel good about themselves unless they are making somebody else feel inadequate about themselves. So in the world of standards of beauty, I see this a lot with women. Like women can't feel good about themselves unless they are making another woman feel not good about herself, right? Like unless another woman wants to have what we have, look the way we look, that somehow we're still not good enough. It's not enough to just look a certain way that fits the standard of beauty. It has to be taken to another level of looking so good that another woman feels bad about herself for the way she looks because she doesn't look like us, if that makes sense. It's just something I've observed and in others and in myself too, like not feeling good about myself unless somebody else wants. So let me give you an example with my hair. So I'm growing out my natural texture, and it occurred to me that I couldn't feel okay about my hair on some levels unless another woman, let's say if I'm at the grocery store or something, if another woman were to, I was thinking to myself, well, what would it take for me to feel okay about my hair? Now this is still relying on somebody else telling me I'm okay, being addicted to that external approval. So that's not healthy, and I'm not wanting to stay in this place, but I was just trying to be aware of what was happening, what is happening. And I thought, well, what would it take for me to just think I'm okay and let this go? And I thought, well, if another woman, let's say I'm at the supermarket, another woman were to come up to me and say, oh, I love your hair, I wish I had your hair, then is that what it would take? And I think yes and no. So yes, that in that moment, that's what it would take for me to probably relax a little bit, which is speaking to that dynamic I was talking about where why can't we feel good about ourselves unless somebody else is feeling inadequate, right? But just on a little tangent, because my mind just went to jump to this place, that even if I had that, it wouldn't last, right? That's why it's an addiction. It's just a fix. It wouldn't last because it's not coming from me. It's always depending on somebody else telling me I'm okay. So actually even that wouldn't do it. So even if somebody else thought my hair looked so good that she wished that she had my hair, even that wouldn't settle this because it's only fleeting, it's temporary. Would I need that again in the next moment and the next moment and the next moment? And I see this a lot, I think I don't really do a lot of social media. I'm trying not to be on Facebook. I don't have I don't have like an Instagram or a Twitter, because I always end up feeling bad about myself when I engage in social media. Although I am obviously having a YouTube channel and I do view YouTube videos, so that I do social media in that way. And I have noticed that a lot of the women that are there, like the influencers, often they don't say it outright, but there is this sense of you should want to be me, or you should want to look like me. And they create, in a way, that sense of inadequacy, because it's profitable to them, because then you have to look to them to figure out how to become like them physically, right? Like to look like them. Anyway, my apologies, I'm kind of going off on a tangent. But anyway, I would love to change this mindset of like, I can't feel good about myself unless somebody else thinks that I don't intentionally want to make anybody feel inadequate, but it kind of turns out that way, right? It's like, I'm not okay enough unless I'm so okay that somebody wants to have what I have. And that's just not the kind of, I don't want to, I just don't want to live that way. And I want to value each and every person's own unique, what they bring to this world, whether that's how they look or something that's coming from the inside, everybody has something special. So that's what I'm working on, valuing what's unique and special about me, and not trying to keep measuring up to some impossible standard that I'll never, ever meet, because if it's not one thing, it's the other. Like I said in the other video, if I fix the hair, then it's okay, my body's not the right shape, or I'm not tall enough, or I'm, whatever the thing might be, or my skin, or my makeup, or my bone structure, or whatever it is, there's always the next thing to fixate on. So that's what I'm working on. I'd love to know if you're working on this too, is just really a deep acceptance and love and appreciation for the way you were made, and to just know that we're okay, just as we are. And if this was at all helpful to you, I'd love to know. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you for spending your time with me here. Bye.